Hey guys, welcome back. I took a little spring break and I haven't been doing makeup looks, so I figured I would actually do a video for you today. So this is a rainbow dash look I created. If you would like to find out how to create this look, please keep watching. Okay, so now onto the eyeshadow part. Before I apply my eyeshadow, most people use like an eyeshadow primer and stuff like that, and I just think that I don't really use that because it makes my eyeshadow not blend and stuff well. So I always take ColourPop concealer and I take the Maybelline and I mix them together, and then I take my Morphe R32 brush and I like blend that out, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So you just need like a dabble, and you're just gonna like switch it over your eye. So I'm gonna do both, and this you kind of have to be like I'm really quick with because this is like matte and drying. So if you're like really dry, probably wouldn't use ColourPop. And then I'll take this other one and I just go over it because it's a little lighter, so it's not gonna be like too dark. And this is my primer, eyeshadow primer. I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to pat it out. Try not to mess up your eyebrows when you do this. If in your routine you do your eyebrows before you do your eyeshadow, then try not to mess them up. And I'm going to do like one eye at a time, so I'll do an eye and then get off because I don't want this long video. So here's how it should look when you have it blended out. You need to make sure there's like no creasing or anything. Okay, so now that you got that all blended out and good, you're going to go in with your James Charles palette. And I'm going to take the Morphe brush, Jaclyn Hill in JH31. It's like a packing brush. And I'm going to go into this blue shade. It's like a light baby blue. This shade. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to pack it in right here. Kind of make back and forth motions, but not too much, because if you don't want it to be patchy, you want it to be like its fullest color you can get it. And you kind of want to fan this one out just a little bit, because the look I'm going for is, it's a little artsy. Like, it's not something you would do every day at all. I'm just on here doing a look. I've taken a long break. So you're just going to keep packing it on through here. And really, you shouldn't worry about anything down here because you're going to cut that crease anyway, so it doesn't really matter how that's going to look. You just want to make sure your most color's right here right now, because this is going to be above all the rest of the things that I'm doing. And I'm not saying that you all would ever recreate this look, but if you do, it's something neat. And if you don't have the James Charles palette, I really suggest you get it. If you like color and you're not scared to come out of your comfort zone, I would really advise you to get it. Okay. Now that I got that good and packed, I'm just going to pack it in a little more, because I just like mine really pigmented. Okay. And now I'm going to take another brush. I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill JH35, and it's clean, and I'm going to buff it out at the top to make it good and blended. Like so. Okay, and now I'm going to pick up another brush. Actually, I'm just going to use the same brush. And I'm going to dip into this lighter blue shade and go above that to really make it look blended out. Because I just really want my focus on this color right now. And it should look like this so far. Now I'm going to take this brush that I went into the lightest dark blue with, and I'm going to pack that back in. And I'm just moving in back and forth motions to try to get these two blended good together so it's not patchy and it doesn't run, the colors run into each other and they don't look like they're sitting on top of each other with nothing blended into it. Okay, so you should have this look so far. So simple and very easy. And now we can actually go into the cut crease, and this is when it's going to get a little weird. Okay, so after I got the concealer on the back of my hand, I mixed those two together. I'm going to use this paintbrush that I got from Walmart, and it's in the size 1. It's just a pointed paintbrush. And in this part, I'm probably going to hop off while I cut my crease because it's a little confusing to be looking up and down. So when I come back on, I'll really explain how I cut it. Okay, so after I did all that, I took this brush and I outlined where I needed like my colors to go. And then I took this and I actually packed concealer in there. And then like on the edge, like you'll find some blue. I just took this again and I buffed it out. And this is an Avon brush, and I don't even know if they still sell this or not, but this is like my favorite brush to use like when you're actually putting it on the lid. And I think they do have these at Walmart. And this is in the liv.glam morphebabes subscription. It's $19.99 a month for like, you get like, I think 4 to 8 brushes. It's just depending on what they're coming out with. But this one is the R32. And I use this a lot for when I'm putting concealer anywhere. And so now I'm going to get my James palette out again. And I'm going to take this red shade. And I'm making like a rainbow type look, so it's going to look really cool at the end. But I'm going to take it and I'm just going to make a little line with this bullet brush up through here. And I'm using the Morphe E24. So you're going to put a little red on there. And like I'm going to be like really careful to like not mess up. But I'm kind of just going to like pack it in. I'm not going to really drag it because you don't want to drag it and make it a mess. So you just kind of want to pack it in. And like it's going to be like a little line. And you're just going to follow where you have the concealer line. That's what you're going to do. It should look like this so far. And I'm also going to pick up, where's the brush? This is the Morphe M1502. And it's like a little end like this. I'm also going to dip into that so I don't really mess up my line, because this brush can be a little thick. And when you get towards the end, you kind of still want to have that point. So like, you kind of want to stop it, like right there. And you really just want to pack it. So now that you followed the line, you're kind of going to have this. It's like a red line. But this, we aren't done. We're adding a lot of other color to it. You don't really want the line to be like this thick. You want it to be like really small. So like you might have to take 2 different brushes to do the line smaller towards the end, because you don't want to mess up how you have that concealer. So you just keep packing it in until you get it red enough. So I'm just going to keep packing it in. Now that you got these lines, you're going to go with the orange next. So this is like the best thing to buy. It's like a color swatcher. You just swatch your color off. This was $1 on Amazon. If you want to get one, I would highly suggest that if you do very colorful looks. So next I'm going to be going in with this orange, and that's going to like kind of blend the red out with the blue. I'm just going to take the same bullet brush and dip into the orange, and I'm going to make a line above the red. I'm going to do the same thing that I did. Try not to lose the red color. And yes, the line's kind of going to get a little thick each time. But, like, you'll still have your color. So after you've added the orange, and this is how it should look. Like, it's going to be a little thick here, but you're going to keep adding colors, and it's going to keep getting, like, the line's going to keep getting smaller. So it should look like this. And if you feel like you're losing any color, you can always go back in with that color. Now that you got the orange, and I put the orange on this side too. Now we're going to go in with the yellow. And so we're going to go in with this yellow shade, and we're going to blend out that orange with this yellow. You see, like, where I've added this yellow, you can kind of, like, see that the orange is disappearing. I'm just going to go back in with the orange. And I'm just going to tap it in where I feel like I lost it. So, like, even if you do lose a color, like, somewhere, you can always add it back in. It's not like you're losing it forever. Like, so many people freak out and they erase their whole eye, and I'm like, no, you could just go back in with that. So you're just gonna keep adding yellow. And so now that I got the yellow in there, I'm going to go off and just to make this video a little short, I'm just going to tell you what color I'm going to go into. And you've seen like how I've done this. You just do it the same way. To make it a little shorter, I'm just going to go ahead and do it off like the camera. I'm just going to tell you what colors I'm going to use. So next I'm going to go on with like this blue out of the James palette. I'm going to go back in with this blue that I used at the top. I'm just going to add it below the, so now that I got that color, I'm going to go in with this like violet purple. And I'm going to put it below the blue. Okay, so now that I did that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my foundation. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using this new Revolution Makeup Revolution London Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. It was new and it was at Ulta, so I really, really like this foundation. So I'm gonna be applying this, and it comes with like a big thing. So you're just gonna dot it all over your face. Okay, so after that, I'm gonna be taking my Born This Way concealer, and I'm just gonna dot it in and fill it in with this Morphe R6 brush. So once you got your foundation and concealer all blended in, you're gonna take in this loose powder, and I always use this, and mine is translucent extra coverage. It's like $5.90 something at Walmart, so probably about $6, I'd say. And I always just take this brush. It is the JH05, and I just like set my whole face with this powder. So after you got all that, your face is gonna look like this. I still look ugly, but I will. Now I'm going to show. Most people like do their contour different. And I feel like most girls bake when they have really skinny faces, and I do not have a skinny face, and it's just not for me. So if you were a little bit on the kind of double chin side, I'm going to show you the correct way to contour. I'm using this Pretty Vulgar bronzer, and I always love to use the E56 Morphe brush because it's like this. And I just dip it in here, do that. And then I always like make a fish face. You just really want to draw a line right there. And I just make sure that my line is dark enough. Now, some people blend this way. I always blend down because it's going to make your face suck in. So, like, if you take this, you go like this. Okay, so you already can see that this side of my face looks totally different than this side of my face. So I'm just going to do the same thing to this side as I did to this side. Okay, Okay, and so my face looks a little slimmer on this side. Now what I always do is I take some and I add a line right here. Below. Okay, and then what I do is I blend down. And this might be unnecessary to some, but this is what I do. Okay, and now you can see that I don't have a double chin right now as we speak, except right here. So what I do is I take more and I add a little line right here. And I blend that down also. I literally do not have a double chin at all. It like changes the whole shape of your face. Okay, and then you want to go like right up through here. And right up through here. And you never want to blend down towards your hairline, which I see most people doing, but you really don't want to. So I always just blend up in my hairline and then down. You kind of want to like, and this also will add to your contour that you've done. Okay. And so after you're done, you're going to get this look. And if you feel like you still have a chin like I do, you just you can keep adding, not keep adding more, but you can add a second. And it will absolutely take your double chin away. Just like that. But I like to add a little bit more because where I'm so like dark-headed. Like, if I have like real light skin, it's going to make me look weird. Now that you're all good and bronzed, I always take this Too Faced Love Flush, Love Hangover and Love Hangover blush. And I take the Jeffree Star 2 brush. That's what I apply my blush with. And I used to not be a big blush person. Like, that's still a little bit too much for me. So I'm just gonna blend it out. I might actually take this and blend it out. Okay, I'm not a big blush person, but I do like a little. So that's what I do. And before there's still gonna be more on my eyes, but before that, okay, so for highlight today, I'm gonna be taking this. This is like my favorite go-to highlight. I have a Morphe highlight and I just haven't. I can't get away from this one. It comes in big pans and you can change them. And I always take the JH09 and I dip into these two. I dip into Marshmallow and Gumdrop. These have always been like my favorite highlights together. And I'll take it on the bridge of my nose. And I always take it on the bridge of my nose. And like I make it real. Then I take it on my chin. And then right here. And then I take it on my forehead. Like where I made that concealer line. I'm gonna go add some more where I think I need it. Or I really don't need it. Okay, so it's gonna look like that. Okay, so I went ahead and did one eye. I added a cloud and I did my lower lash line. So for the cloud, I'm using the NYX white liner, and I'm gonna do it off camera, but I'm just gonna tell you how I did it because I mean, you probably can't see me because I'm down here anyways. So like I just take it and I like easily I'll take it and I'll easily just make my outline. Like, you don't fill it in, you just make your outline. And then what I always do is I sit back and look to see if it's like going to be symmetrical with this side or not. And then I'll fill it in. But like, this is what it's going to look like. And honestly, this eye is my good eye for some reason. Everybody, I'm sure, has their best eyebrow, their best eye. And this is like my best eye. So I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, and I'll come back on. When you finish your look, it's going to look like this. You're going to have your little clouds. And now I'm going to like pop on some lashes and come back on. So I'll pop my lashes on, and this is the look you're going to get.